All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia, home of the Madden 20 Premier DreamHack Tournament. Guys, we've seen some great action. We're in the money. The Final 8 is starting to get set. How you feeling?
Oh, it's been great. Great day of action. We've had some close games, down to the wire. It's been phenomenal.
Super excited to see how these next few games go. Everyone's trying to punch their ticket to the money. So
now, if we called Boogs the mayor of Atlanta, Musafa has to be the councilman. Yes, he's Atlanta's own Musafa Jones is coming up, and he's taking on Fancy. Both of these names are well known throughout the Madden community. Guys, they say Musafa might have been better at some previous Maddens. This year, he's not at some start, but he's right here knocking on the door at the money.
Yeah, he's in the top 16. He's looking to prove everyone wrong that's saying that, and he thinks he's the king of Atlanta, so we're about to find out.
If you ask him, yeah, he thinks he's the king. He's part of EMB. They're just lab rats. They know everything about the game. He'll be super prepared for this matchup, and we'll see how it turns out.
All right, well, with no further ado, you guys are looking sharp, so am I. We're looking a little fancy. Let's bring Fancy to the stage right now. All right, now you guys know Fancy, he is no slouch when it comes to John Madden football.
Oh, yeah, this kid is phenomenal. His offensive mind, his reads, his pocket presence. He plays with guys like J-Wall, guys like Manu, and they run these trips. Their shotgun, it's just phenomenal, just unreal.
It's going to be fun to watch him operate in that trips tight end. You don't see that. That was kind of one of the metas last year. Not many people run it this year just because it's hard to pick up blitzes, but he doesn't care. If he gets blitz, he's going to make the right read and slice and dice you down the field.
All right, and next coming up to the stage, Musafa, don't call him Mufasa Jones. His beard swag has to be on 99 at all times.
Yeah, and Musafa's one of the most confident people I've ever met. You could almost call it egotistical in some ways. He's just always confident in his game, man. He thinks he's the best in the world, and he's out here to prove it today.
That's how you got to be when you're trying to compete to be the best in the world, and I think he's a former football player too, so a lot of that is tied into it.
Oh yeah,
Arizona State.
Arizona State, yeah.
Beautiful campus, by the way. If you guys ever had a chance to check it out, it's a great time. Well, we have these two Madden veterans going at it, so you know what time it is, chat. We're gonna talk about this, fellas. You got Safa, who's trying to get his name back. You have Fancy, who's trying to get to a Final Four or a Finals so people can put some respect on his. Would you say this is a coin toss?
Yeah, this is a close one. I mean, Fancy made a deep run in the Madden Classic, and then I've known Musafa for a long time. I knew him when he was a youngin' coming into the game, and he's really developed into one of the best players in the world. It's going to be a great matchup.
I think Fancy's going to win this one in a close one. I just think his offense is so good, and people aren't used to playing trips. People don't see trips that often. We'll see if Musafa's got the bag for trips. I'm sure EMB's got something cooked up for it. But
well, you guys are right some of the time. The chat is always right according to them. Let's go ahead and check in with the chat. Guys, if you think Musafa's going to get it, exclamation point Musafa. If you think Fancy's going to get it done, exclamation Fancy. You got to be following us for your vote to count. Come on, log in. Let us know what you're thinking. Guys, I'm going to jump out here first. I knew Safa was a force to be reckoned with when I got a call from one of the Madden old heads when we were at the club championship in Minnesota. 40 G's let me know, hey, the youngster's tough. He's cut from a good cloth. He plays like we have. I got Safa getting this done.
Yeah, I think this is a great matchup. Fancy, I have so much respect for Fancy's game, but Musafa's one of my good buddies. I think he's ready to make a big run this weekend. I'm going to go with Musafa.
I think Fancy's going to win just because of his offense. If he struggles on offense, though, I think Musafa could blow him out. We'll see if they have. We'll see if they have the box for trips. I've heard rumblings they have the box for trips.
I need a straight pick.
Fancy.
All right, there you have it. He's gone on the record. He's going with Fancy. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the chat says. Fellas, are you guys shocked, or did you expect it with the chat?
Wow, 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm not, like you said, coin flip. Right?
Like you said it first.
Coin flip,
You said it first, Rico, and I think that's exactly what the chat thinks.
Almost 50-50.
All right, these guys are putting in their plays. They're locking in. They've seen Prodigy get to the money. They know that they're one game away. They're ready. You're ready. I see all my people and the spectators. They're ready. Let's go ahead down to the field. Safa and Fancy.
Philly versus Seattle. We haven't seen this matchup yet, have we? Look at these jerseys with the green pants. I love
jerseys. I like these jerseys.
Old helmet
a lot.
from the 80s. I'm standing up for this one. Get the blood flowing a little bit.
Yeah, Musafa, he goes back and forth between using the Chiefs and the Seahawks. And I think the reason for the Seahawks here is plainly to stop this Eagles run attack.
All right, we know that we've been seeing whoever's gotten the ball first has been coming out on top a lot of these times. But we all know in Madden you prefer to get that ball in the second half.
Musafa's got the ball first here. He's in this West Coast offensive playbook. He's in this far tight slot. So you're going to see a little fullback dive action right here.
Ooh, that was a little scary right there.
Thought he was going to get out and break that one?
He almost cribbed that.
If you don't have run defense by now, you're in a little bit of trouble, aren't you?
Yes, and this new run kind of from West Coast playbook is
real popular now.
Yeah, it's real popular now. Got to have something for it. We'll see how Fancy. Oh, there's a good run right there. See how Fancy handles it.
Now, the one thing about Musafa, too, is he's a lab rat. This is a guy that's always in the lab looking to perfect his game. He finds great bunch concepts year in and year out. And I think his game plan here is to run the ball a little bit on this Fancy defense.
Now, would you say it's a fancy defense, or is it Fancy's defense?
Big bucks, Rico. Ooh.
All right, you're just talking about moving the chains. It's another first down. Slow and steady seems to win the race. Now, we just watched the Eagles have trouble with the arm bar and stopping the run. Do you see the same thing happening here with Seattle? It's not like they're up against a Zeke, but Seattle's no slouch when it comes to the run game.
Yeah, Seattle's got those linebackers, that Bobby Wagner, that Jadeveon Clowney, secure tackler. Bobby Wagner has that enforcer, and we've seen so many hit sticks from him. It's going to be tough for this Eagles defense to slow down this bunch attack, but they do have that Fletcher Cox in the middle.
Oh, he's out of there.
And just like that, he breaks it to 30, 25, 20, 15.
Ooh, he got caught.
And he got caught.
Chris Carson.
Yeah, huge broken tackle by Chris Carson.
Physical back. Not the fastest, but very physical.
All right, let's give the update, breaking news when it feels like breaking. Clef the God and one great user are 14-14 in the fourth quarter, and user is driving. It is a guap drive time. Now, you want to talk about shocking the world. If one great user was able to get Clef, that throws the whole tournament upside down.
It sure does. That would be a big upset. User's looking really tough, though.
He's had a good year so far.
He's been working hard with Boogs, getting his scheme down and all that, and he's a good dude, too. Happy for him.
Another first down. Safa looks good here on this opening drive.
He looks great on this opening drive, utilizing that Chris Carson, that Rashad Penny, little dual combo, running back action, and here's at the 2-yard line. See if he can punch it in with another fullback dive.
Can I change my pick?
Absolutely not. And he is brought down in the end zone, which gives Safa a 7-0 lead.
This is the most playing time Rashard Penny's got all year. He's out there trucking people, running people over.
He's ready.
Hey, he's ready.
Your number's called. You got to be ready.
He'd love to get these minutes in Seattle right now.
Yeah. Now, the answer for Musafa is going to be if he can stop this Eagles run attack. But I think Fancy's also going to utilize that Zach Ertz route cam with little trips tight end.
Now, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, if you're Fancy, you have to keep pace. But that Seattle Seahawks defense, we have watched Wagner. Would you say Wagner might be the best defensive player we've seen this weekend?
Oh, yeah, he's been a beast.
So good. I think in real life, he went 2 years without missing a tackle. Something crazy.
Yeah, Fancy's also in that Oakland Raiders offensive playbook. Yeah, you're going to see him mainly in that trips, but I think he's going to try to come out, like I said, and use these run-heavy formations as well. Stretch call here. Boston
he's out
Scott.
of there.
Got to make somebody miss.
Shoestring tackle
Nice
for
tackle
Safa.
there. Could be a 7-point tackle right there.
Now that could be a 7-point tackle, 4-point tackle, but you know it's a tackle that needs to be made.
Yeah, Fancy's in this I-form close slot formation. He's going to motion Jeffrey over, give it like an I-form close look. Now he's going to motion the tight end over.
That block shed might have saved 3, definitely. Maybe 7.
That's the reason you use those Seahawks.
Yeah.
You got those great linebackers, those great edge players to set the edge and block shed.
A little different than Avonte Maddox back there, like last game.
All right, the Eagles trailing 7-0. Looking to see if they can get some points on the board. All right, trying to get to the outside.
Oh,
and
Bobby
that shoestring tackle.
Bobby Wagner, the best player, defensive player in the game, saving probably 7 points right there.
All right, now we're going to have to see, did he bring a dot or two with him?
Yeah, big 3rd and 16 right here for Fancy. Motions that receiver into block. He's got 3 routes. Great defense by Safa.
Third one's box.
Wow. Phenomenal defense by... What?
Wait.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Look at Safa's face.
Safa didn't even know what was going on. Safa got up. Safa got up. He was yelling at Fancy. He didn't realize the play was still going on.
Guys,
wow.
That could literally give Fancy 3 points.
Yes.
You play till you hear the whistle.
Yes.
You do not.
He got up.
Safa right now would be running gassers if he was back in Arizona State.
Yes.
You cannot.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
59-yard field goal, too, and he's got it. Wow, that's going to hurt for Musafa.
Wow.
You had him in a 4th and long. Wow.
Man. Safa has to be kicking himself right now, thinking he let one get away. He would not go down.
Yeah, that's tough. Now, if you're Musafa, you got to try to get that out of your head, though, because that can really come back and hurt people. You know what I mean? That can bother you.
Yep.
But you can't allow that to when you're playing for this type of money.
And again, this is a $25,000 prize pool. $11,000 goes to the winner, $7,000 to the runner-up, $2,500 apiece to 3rd and 4th, and 5th through 8th walk away with $500 each.
Safa going to become bunch on 2nd and 11.
All right, they are saying it is absolute pandemonium at the Clef and User game. I'm going to try to keep you guys with updates, but right now, Safa continuing to move those chains.
Yeah, he motioned that slant over, and we saw Joe Rice using that concept earlier. I like it a lot. I'm definitely going to start using it. And Musafa looks good right now. He's playing balanced. He's utilizing the run and the pass.
Back to this near close 1940s football.
Did you play in the days when there was a toss in those formations? And I think it was like Madden 09. It might be
near
before.
toss?
Yeah, it was like a near tight toss out of this formation.
Yeah.
Breaking news when it feels like breaking overtime. Clef and User 17-17. It is going down here at the Madden 20 Premier DreamHack.
Shout out to Jay himself. He loves near toss. He talks about it still. He used to run that.
Sweet play from Carson. Good tackle there by Fancy. Big 3rd and 5 coming up.
All right, 7-3. Safa has the lead. Gave up those 3 points in a very questionable manner. Could not get that quarterback sack when he needed it. Broke it, got about 10 yards in the field goal range and wound up kicking a 59-yarder. But right now he's focused. He needs a first down. Does he have?
We'll see if he has an answer for that.
Yeah, Fancy's bringing the heat.
We'll see if he has the answer for that crosser slant combo. Here it comes. Crosser slant.
Nope. Got a wheel, too. Oh, big hit.
What a hit.
Bye.
Sidney Jones. Shout out Washington.
Now here's the question. He had a couple other people underneath, but that was a great look to hold on to it. Do you take the check down, Charlie? Or do you always make that
I'm
play?
surprised he didn't. He had a few people.
Yeah, he had the
open
halfback
short.
wheel. See what he does here. This is a big play right here. 4th and 5.
I bet he max protects this time and does that slant crosser.
Yeah.
All right. 4th and manageable for Safa. Can Fancy get
Same
off
play.
the field?
Same play.
Box. Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox, man.
He has been an animal. Is he
Unbelievable.
Bobby Wagner light?
Yes.
Yo, yeah.
For the pass, yes.
Yeah, he really has been.
Now I get it.
Looked like he had some stuff open there, too. He just couldn't get it off.
Man, Clowney and Wagner are everywhere.
Yeah, that was a huge stop for Fancy right there.
I wonder if Fancy used the Eagles partly because of Fletcher Cox against this gun bunch offense that Musafa runs.
Yeah.
Just for stuff like that.
Yep.
See,
All right, and breaking news when it feels like breaking. Clef has beat User. Wow.
In overtime, right?
In overtime.
Wow.
The User cannot hang his head. He fought to the end against arguably last year's champion
Yeah, the
and
defending
one of the
champ.
best players right now.
Fancy making some hot routes here out of this trips. Gonna motion block Aguilar.
Oh, he's got everything boxed up.
There's Clowney.
He's got everything boxed up.
Yeah, great defense by Safa.
Did you notice how Safa made sure that tackle was secure and done before he sends his finger clap?
Yeah, Safa's running a lot of man-to-man out of this 1-4-6,
Yep.
which you don't see, too often.
No, he's got
It's a good mix-up.
Fancy's got to use some motions and stuff to get some man beaters out there. We're in the same concept. Little dot to Zach Ertz, nice play. He used hot route master on that Ertz to get that post on the field.
Yep.
All right,
That's a tough
those
route
of you
combo.
just joining us in the chat, we're here at Madden 20 Premier DreamHack in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a game to the final 8. We have Safa Jones and his Seattle Seahawks taking on Fancy and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm your host, Rico Williams, and I have two of the Madden greats, I.B. Strafen and T. Davis, here with me in the booth, and it has been absolutely nuts here all weekend.
Yeah, we've had a good game. Every game's been good today.
Tight games all around. I'm excited to see how this one turns out in the next few and see who's going to get that 11,000 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's 11,000 playing Madden.
Doesn't get much better.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're Safa, you need to hold him to 3 here.
You can tell Fancy's trying to kind of feel out this defense, figure out what he's doing, see if he can run the ball on it, seeing what route combos he can go against it. That's the one thing about trips. Man press does really good against it. You need to use motions to get people off that man press. You need to use route combos to get it off that man press. Yep. Like here, he's gonna motion that guy to get him off man. Oh, he's using the block. Okay,
He's been doing that a lot. Yeah, I think he's worried about the blitz.
Wow, what a dot! Diving catch from.
And there's that possession catch on those posts. Super effective this year.
D-Jack with the big grab there, gets him down to the 3. Now Safa was taking timeouts to try to get the ball back, but all he did was make sure that Fancy had enough time to punch it in here.
Walks in.
Walks into the
Lane Johnson was clearing out everybody.
Yeah, big pancake right there.
Everybody.
Easy,
that was a waffle. Pancakes, waffles, and French toast. How do you rank them?
French toast.
Last. What?
Super last.
No.
French toast is
one.
last.
French toast is one.
French toast, pancake, waffle.
Pancakes, waffles. Dot.
No, I'd probably put pancakes last.
I really don't like French toast. I don't know, something's wrong with me.
Crazy.
I don't even know you anymore.
I love pancakes.
Thank you,
too.
lights out. French toast goated.
I don't know, man. I think pancakes are better.
20 seconds. Can Safa get something done? I would like to see the spin there. Something to try to see.
Yeah,
get
a little something. 15 seconds. Looks like he's going to need about 20 yards or so, or 15 yards maybe to get into field goal range here. 15, 20 yards. Got to get out of bounds, though.
He has no timeouts remaining. He took those few to save Fancy.
Going to roll out. That corner rout's going to get there.
Yes, that's a dot.
Wow, huge play for Musafa.
And he gets out of bounds. If he doesn't get out of bounds, half's over.
It's a wrap. Do we like him making this field goal?
I don't like that play call by Fancy. You can't cover 2.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get bombed, but you can't give up those deep corners. I would have called cover 4, maybe man press with a spy. He extended that play and got 3 because of it. I didn't like that play call at all on defense.
All right, and Musafa brings it on home to tie this game up 10-10. All right, you got 5 seconds here. You don't want to get too fancy and wind up costing yourself here. Just a simple run to take it into the half, see if you break something.
Do you get it, Tyler? Fancy?
Oh, yeah.
Keep up.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Great Craig tackle. All right, and it is 10-10, but might as well be 0-0 going into this second half. Only 10 minutes of Madden remain between either Musafa or Fancy moving into the Elite 8 and locking themselves into the money. Guaranteed at least $500 on the way to $11,000.
That's a good little move. Stop and go that D-Crop and Fancy are known for.
Yeah, what a battle so far. Back and forth. These guys are pretty equal, man. 2 great players. 10-10.
Ooh, he's going to gun wing slot. Probably inside zone here. Oh, never mind.
He's going to audible down to wing flex close.
Got Red Johnson out there. Good run, D. Man, these Seahawks, I feel like they're shedding way better than the Eagles.
Their defense is good, man.
Yeah. Even their secondary players.
While it may no longer be the Legion of Boom, they still have one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, Fancy hasn't had much success in this trips. You know, Musafa's playing that man-to-man. Looks great.
Probably going to go back to that skinny post on the outside.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's what he's doing right here. No, he streaked him.
Ooh, that's a little dangerous. Saw Bobby Wagner light up. Like you
gotta get down and get down quick. Get out and lay down. But he's coming because you'd hate to see that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're Musafa, you're playing such good defense. I mean, that was a tight window to throw into. Now he comes out in this wing, single back wing tight here. This has got to be a stretch. Power O to the strong side. Oh, he had something outside there.
Now, when you're facing 2nd and 10 in the second half, are you looking to see if you can reestablish what was working for you in the first half? You're trying to keep them off balance here. How are you trying to switch up things so you don't wind up in the same predicament?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta adjust to what he's doing here. Like Ryan said, you gotta utilize motion, get versus man defense. And he's doing that here.
Yeah, he's putting stress on that user because that corner's tucked in next to the tight end. Now he's got to guard it by himself.
Ooh, brought the blitz. Nice read by Fancy.
He loves that. He loves having that apprentice on tight end route, so he can give those posts and corners any play he wants.
He is moving the ball right now with the greatest of ease.
Yep.
You know, when you're playing defense, a lot of times you want to at least be in the vicinity, know the reads where they're going to. It seems like Musafa's not even close to what Fancy's running right now.
Yeah. Oh, big run here.
Oh, he's out of there.
Oh, shoestring tackle.
Wow. Griffin just saved it.
That was a 7-point saving tackle.
Yeah, and Fancy looks great on this drive. Really does. The thing with Fancy, too, he probably plays that 1-4-6 defense all the time. Yeah. I mean, he probably has so many reps against it in that trips.
That was the meta defense from the get-go.
Yeah,
4-6. I like how he's mixing up under center with his trips.
Yeah, I do. I like the balance he's doing. He's got Kelsey at tight end now. Oh, he got two. He's got great run defense right there.
Musafa trying to bend, but don't break.
Green Griffin, great Madden player.
Yeah, his run defenses look great. I mean, he's only 12 for 40 right now with Boston Scott. It just seems on this drive, Fancy's getting those clutch passes when he needs them.
Second and 14. If you're Safa, you got to make sure you don't give up a lot of yards here. You want to make it uncomfortable for Fancy.
Whoa.
Oh, he risked that. He's lucky.
I don't think he saw the safety back there at all.
No, that was... Usually don't see that from Fancy making a bad read, but that was a bad read, and he's fortunate that wasn't picked off.
I thought we were playing football, not basketball. He threw a jump ball right there.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, those uniforms might have blended in or something back there. Maybe that might be part of Safa's strategy. Who knows?
Yeah.
But a big 3rd and 14 here for Fancy. I think Safa's going to bring the heat here out of this 3-4 odd. He's going to motion in the blocker. No, he's not. He's going to motion him out wide. Yeah, they're coming.
Getting hollered
Quick
at.
read.
Defense.
Nice play right there by Fancy.
Yeah.
Now, this is where you can take control of the game. If you're Safa, gotta get off the field here. This is the moment that separates you from moving on to going home.
Yeah, biggest play of the game right here for Fancy. Tournament life on the line, 10-10.
Safa doesn't want to cover this long. He's 10-7, I bet. He wants to make a quick read. I was wrong. He dropped into coverage, and he paid for it. He paid for it. He's playing man press, but you can't press the tight end, and you can't cover that post route. Yeah. It's impossible. He'll get open every time.
He's the user, too, because you can't guard both routes. Yeah. Great job.
I'm really shocked he didn't play zone there in blitz.
Do you think Fancy has him on tilt? Because I'm sitting here looking the exact same way you are. Like, you have to send the animals there. That's why you have Seattle. That's what you're doing. Yeah. And then you mix up your coverage behind it, and you make him guess wrong.
Exactly. I don't know if man press is going to win him this game. He's got too many man beaters.
Great defense right there, though.
It's good defense. Yeah, great defense there. He's looking for that skinny post, I think, on the outside. It wasn't there. Got to be careful here, not take another sack and be out of field goal range. These next two plays.
I don't think he'll hike this. Yeah, we'll go to the 4th quarter.
I'm surprised he hasn't run a running back wheel with the verticals.
I know.
The corner.
Yeah, that corner route is so good. I'm surprised he hasn't set in at all. Or couldn't he run a little inside zone versus? What do you think? A little base maybe?
Yeah, he doesn't have that though.
Base in on it. Yeah, it's on Oakland.
But maybe draw.
Yeah, something. I mean, just to give him a different look.
Or audible down.
And right as you say that, he goes to the wheel and a risky pass.
Holy!
Wow! And you know, Safa is like, oh,
look at Safa's up. Yeah, he's upset about that.
I can hear him yelling back here. Wow. That was risky.
Now, big 3rd and 15 right here. If you're Safa, you got to get off the field. And if you're Fancy, you want to keep this drive moving. They're coming. Same play.
Good dot. Ooh!
Yeah, same play as last time. If you're Safa, you got to suspect that when you're bringing 7. He's going to hit that quick drag.
Do you kick it? Yeah, I'd kick it.
Yeah, you got to take the lead.
Have to.
All right, if you're Safa, you're walking away from this happy. You held him to 3. You're in this. You are in control of your own destiny. And you guys are competitive players. If somebody told you 4th quarter, you're down 3, getting the ball back, you have all your timeouts, 4 minutes and change remaining, you're ecstatic, aren't you?
Hey, you couldn't ask for a better position to be in, honestly. This is what you asked for. This is what you want.
Oh, he's got some room.
I want to see if he comes out in that far. Yeah, it looks like he's going to come out in that far formation here. Run a little bit of fullback dive.
He's got it. He's out of there. Uh-oh. He's getting caught.
Nope. Wow. Huge run for Safa. And you can see the emotion. He feels it. Took the lead with 4 minutes to go. Huge run from Musafa Jones.
Wow, that takes off so much pressure when you get a crib shot on the first play.
You feel great right now.
Yeah.
And he's feeling great. Speaking about feeling great, I want to send a shout out to Hannibal Lecter and Carry Team. Always showing love in the chat. You guys, great job. And speaking of great job, you're not too mad if you're fancy here. He scored quick enough to give you a chance. You're only down 4. You know a touchdown wins it. You've been playing pretty well here.
He's pretty methodical, too. I think this might be the last drive of the game, unless he breaks one. We'll see how he handles this. I personally would try to score quick and then try to win it on defense, but he might try to make this the guap drive.
Yeah, Fancy does play real slow. He likes to make a lot of hot routes, utilize a lot of motion.
Just like that, there's a crib shot. We're going back to back.
Going back and forth, baby. Boston
Back
Scott.
to back. Musafa still hasn't done something about the other one.
And I can hear Manu back there screaming dot. His boy Fancy takes the big lead right there.
Shout out to Manu.
You know those TNC boys are rooting for Fancy right now.
Shout out to Manu. He brings good energy at these live events.
Oh yeah, he does.
I love when he's hyped in the crowd screaming.
I'm a huge fan of his.
He was getting me jacked up at the clubs last year. I heard him yelling in the players' lounge.
Oh yeah,
good times.
Yeah.
I remember the Players Lounge.
Me too, man. Me too.
All right, 20-17. The Eagles are up. Musafa looking to make something happen again. He broke a big run that gave him the lead, but was not able to slow Fancy down on offense. That was a tough hit he just took right there.
Yeah, huge drive here from Musafa. Down 3. See what he can do coming out in that bunch. He's gonna flip it. I would look maybe a little mesh post right here, halfback wheel to the short side. Nope, we're gonna go back to that slant crosser. Oh no, we're gonna go sweep.
That's how it is sometimes. He's making everything look the same.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
That's what you need to do to keep people off balance.
Yeah,
exactly.
I like it a lot. Bringing the blitz here.
3rd and 5.
As you can see.
All right, Safa dropping back, looking to make something happen.
Good defense.
Oh
my gosh, that was.
He gets the rack egg animation.
We call that a dot.
Fortunate.
I need the official ruling right there. Is that a dot?
That wasn't a dot.
That was not a dot.
That was not a dot.
Chat, please let me know, is that a dot?
That's a
Type dot or no dot? I want there to be no gray area.
Fullback dive, get it to the outside.
Click on. Good click on by Fancy.
Yeah, good defense. And now if you're Safa, you want to make this the last drive of the game. Try to score with as little time as possible.
Yep.
All right, you see that shoe clock on. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. It's 2nd and 11. You need to get in the field goal range first if you're Safa.
That's true.
All right, big 2nd and 11 here for Musafa. Utilizing that slot motion. You got the slant.
Fletcher Cox.
Oh,
my
he gets
gosh,
away.
he escaped.
And he throws it.
Oh, he didn't get his feet in bounds. He didn't get his feet in bounds.
Safa is the luckiest Madden player.
Living life on the edge.
Yes.
Right now.
Oh my
That
gosh.
he barely escaped that sack and then was lucky enough to throw the pick out of bounds. But he's still facing 3rd and 11 and he's not in field goal range yet. And it's under 2 minutes, has his 3 timeouts.
He's getting screamed at. Manu's letting him know he's getting screamed at. I hear him out there. That was a hollerer off the edge from his D end.
All right, 4th and 14. You got to make something happen.
Yeah, this is it. This is your tournament life right here.
I'm sure he's going to max protect. Backside dig with a deep corner is my prediction.
Match protect, that means they're coming even harder than that. He's going to get sacked.
You think so?
got to send him out.
There's no time to send him out, though. He's got so many yards.
You have to send him out, and then you got to let an athlete be an athlete, make a play. Oh, I don't know that I like that coverage.
He's got it.
That's the worst.
Wow, what a hot one.
You cannot call that coverage.
Why is Fancy? He had 4th and 14. You know what's coming.
Yeah, that's just not a good play call.
Everything Liddy, I love when it's hot. And Ryan, that was hot.
If Fancy loses this game, that's why he cries in the car ride home.
Yeah, that's
because you can't give up that play there. You tied the game up. And now, when you're Fancy, when do you start using your timeouts?
After this play.
I can't believe.
Actually, you gotta see how this play see what happens on this play.
How do you walk
he was
the thin
also
line
using the safety on that play.
Too
Rico.
much clock versus.
Yeah, it might. Honestly, he's getting close to I don't know. You want to melt all the way down, but I mean, he's fine with 40 seconds, I guess. 2 timeouts. He also used the safety on that play. On that 4th down.
Got it. Wow.
Oh, that's a major collapse.
For those of you out there in TV land, Safa is at least 100 feet from us behind a 20-foot wall. In another room, we have a noise-canceling headphones on this set, and we all just heard him scream.
Yeah, we could hear that loud.
It's a different level of excitement trying to get to that Final 8 here at DreamHack in his hometown.
Yeah, what if we saw a Boogs and Musafa finals or Final 4 or two
then
hometown
I would show
guys?
you an angry Clef and Dreeny. By the way, there are still a lot of great games. The young dog and Dreeny again. He wants his hit
They're
back.
playing again?
Yes.
Ooh. Wow.
Question for you. At one point, there was and it still is, people were saying Dreeny was maybe the best player in the world. Do you think a little bit of the luster has come off of that? Do you think he's come back down to earth?
I mean, he keeps himself pretty grounded regardless. He prepares like he thinks he's the worst player in the world, but he really is one of the best. But he prepares super hard. I don't think the luster's falling off.
He's got his club series coming up in a couple weeks, so we'll find out. And then we got this one too, so.
But, I mean, the run he's been on since he started the MCS is crazy. Like, there's not many resumes that you can even put ahead of his.
Huge
already.
sack right there.
Skimbo. Is that it? The problem?
MCS?
Yeah, not MCS for Palm, but all time. But
so Skimbo
and Dreeny are the only two that have the resume in the MCS.
Well, Mo has 2 belts.
Resume.
Yeah, I mean, Mo's close.
I'd say you could argue Mo, too.
Yeah, you can, definitely.
2 belts speaks
I don't think you can argue against Skimbo. I think Skimbo is the clear number 1. But I think
Dreeny's got 2 belts, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I think Dreeny and Mo are definitely,
If you just cancel the 2 belts out, Dreeny's got a better resume than Mo for the rest of it.
True.
Here we go, 24 seconds. Fancy's in the single back wing tight right here. I don't know. What do you think of this call? There's 24 seconds, no timeouts.
Yeah, I hate it. But he's going to try to break this run, and he might have a chance because everything's condensed.
Wow. Oh, what a tackle!
Oh, my gosh!
That is going to haunt him.
He's going to have one play.
Oh, my gosh.
And if you guys were at the Classic and you remember Fancy won on the last play of the game, I think it was the final 16.
That was the craziest finish I've ever seen in a Madden game. He threw a dot across the middle on a post.
He's going to run the ball, too.
Oh, my.
Oh, man. Here we go. Tournament life on the line.
Running back. You got to be the last layer of defense.
Ooh. Wow, what a tackle by Safa.
All right, and
game.
there we got it done. Safa Jones, the councilman of Atlanta, moving on, and do you hear him still screaming?
The emotion from Musafa. You gotta love it.
He has secured his spot in the Elite 8. $500 guaranteed, but it may be more the way he's playing, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy that lost in his club series, so he's out here with a purpose. Yep. He wants to win this tournament, and he looked phenomenal right there. What a great game by 2 of the best players we have. 2 young players, too. 2 guys that are great.
Oh, man. I am sitting here. That play will haunt Fancy easily until March 12th.
He had to know that was coming. The deep corner with the backside dig. Cover 2 is probably one of the worst play calls for that situation. Plus, he was using the safety. Just, yeah, the plane ride home back to it's going to be.
Musafa came up clutch when he needed to the most, that drive.
All right, well, we still got more Madden to come. 2 more games are slated on the schedule today. Our next one coming up is going to be Clef versus Joff. I'm your host, Rico Williams, with T. Davis. I'm E. Strafen. We'll be right back from the Madden 20 Premier DreamHack.